Not sure what happened here. Stream died. Anyway, that's basically how I did all of that fur. That's how I created like the start to it anyway. Lots of hand sculpting still, man. It's never there's never just like this kind of like one way to do everything, unfortunately. I can actually show you guys the sculpture right here. I've got Orgrim, I've got the artist proof of Orgrim right there on my desk. I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna do these other fun things first. What do you mean hand sculpt? You mean like with clay and stuff? I don't do that. I'm hopeless, man. You give me a piece of clay and I'll make like a little stick man. That's probably gonna be, oh. I know what's missing here. So she's chowing down on a bucket of eyeballs, as witches do. Oh, dude, yeah, absolutely. Pretty much everything is hand sculpted, man. There's almost nothing that's not. That was kind of like my approach. There's actually some sculptures that haven't been released of mine yet, and I hope they come out soon so I can show you guys. It's just like some crazy stuff. One of the projects that I worked on is probably the most challenging and ridiculous thing I've ever had to sculpt, and oddly enough, it was never done. Like it was never. Well, I can't say anything about it. I can't. But I'll just stop there. But when it's actually finished, I think it'll be pretty clear kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, I actually don't think I'm going to do anything else to these guys. I think these guys will be just kind of fine as they are. No, unfortunately I'm not allowed to say anything, only because it hasn't been released. So I can't really say what it was. Yeah, I'm just going to leave that just like that actually. Alright, pizza boxes. Do a little bit of an experiment here. Is it? Everything's back live for you guys, right?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Oh, yeah.
photorealistic sculpt looking at a tree, would you use a photo alpha in addition to manually sculpting rather than manually sculpting everything from scratch?
It depends. I think if you're trying to go photorealistic, man, then you can either make your own alphas, or take go out and take photos of the actual tree and make alphas out of those photos. That kind of stuff, that kind of approach. If you want that exact kind of tree, then that's kind of the only way to do it. You know, that's what I would do anyway. Be easier if I made a new box and kept it square, but let's just go with this for now. sad face.
Good job, expert.
I'm not really worried about the orientation of this at the moment. I just want to see. Whoops. If I can get this to work out okay. No. So what I might do, okay, I've got another idea.
Yep, working on Chibi Rummy. Doing a quick little slide thing to exercise my brain. Brush and ZBrush, all the normal things.
These are going to be so small, so I need to really go for something that's it's going to kind of like stick out quite a bit, so maybe I'll I'll really try to find something a little bit exaggerated.
Immediately positive, thanks for hanging out with us.
Shoutouts to my friend Chris. This is his mix. Yeah, that's gonna do me, I think. Just gonna pop out some of these pepperonis. Really get them jumping off the pizza so that once printed they still kind of read.
So how come you don't have little like lines on the pizza, but you want to have sprinkles on the donut?
Oh, yeah. Sprinkles are just like too hard to hit, man. Pizza's gonna be a lot easier.
I'm not talking about pepperoni, the little tiny.
Oh no, that's all just gonna be texture, surface texture, like cheese and
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, man, I got sidetracked there. I think your question, what kind of stuff do you want to do, man? I mean, that's what at least that's how I've always approached it, you know. But some forewarning, man. Everything that I've done in my career so far has not been the kind of usual approach to things. So I don't know if my advice is the best advice at all. Yeah, I've done environment work, prop work. I've sculpted. I just finished sculpting some crazy, ridiculous buildings, to be honest. Kind of the most insane buildings of all time, really. So yep, I've done some environment sculpting. Kind of done lots of everything, really. I think that was actually part of the reason why I got a job at Weta in the design room, because I think it really helps if you can see someone that has like a kind of a wide range for that specific job. Yeah, man, because you could literally be sculpting anything. And it's all good, you know, it's all well and good for someone to be like an amazing, like they can sculpt realistic heads, man, so good, but can they sculpt a creature? Can they make a tank? Can they make a bus? Can they make a little flower? Can they make an insect, like a realistic insect? Can they do a skeleton? Can they, you know, the list just goes on. And if you're kind of like, if you have a range where you're able to just like, you're given this task and you've just got to go and do it, you know, it could be anything. I think that really kind of helped them to see that I've got all kinds of stuff in my professional work kind of folio, which I don't. That's not public. I haven't made that public. Lane has seen lots of it though.
Yep.
Hasn't even seen all of it, to be honest. Every now and then when I dig back into it, I'm like, oh hey, have you seen this? And you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's always a surprise.
I've forgotten most of it, man. You know.
I'm not even just surprised. I'm starting to feel like, hey, I remember when I did this, and it's like some ultra crazy realistic spaceship, something crazy that I would have never expected to see from you.
Oh yeah, I've done some spaceships.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Yeah, I've done some ships before. Ship interiors. Doesn't mean they're any good. Just stuff that I've had to do, you know. No, it's not secret. It's just that I just don't really delve into it too often. That's all. And then every now and then I'll open up the folder and be like, oh hey, have you seen this? And then it'll be like, what? No. And it will just be some new random thing. should be good enough. Now the wall of that might be a bit thin, so I'll just be careful. Oh man, the trick is to eat first. That is not what I wanted. I don't think that feeling ever goes away, man. I look at sculpts that I've done just finished recently and I'm like, nah, no good. I actually had a conversation with somebody recently who kind of alluded to the fact that somebody with my career and experience doesn't really have to prove anything anymore, and I kind of like, I don't know, man, that's just not the way that my brain works. I feel like just because I've been working in, doing this for like 12 or 13 years, all of a sudden I can just be like, I'm all of a sudden better than everybody else, and I don't really have anything to prove. I've like made my mark. I don't kind of like buy into that, man. That's like bullshit to me. I feel like I'm just like everybody else who's kind of like doing this art thing. I've still got heaps to learn, man. I'm still learning stuff all the time, and art is still frustrating and it's still hard, and I'm still every bit as frustrated as lots of people when they're making artwork, man. It's just like, can't figure out how to do this. What do I do? How do I do it? Start working on something and then just kind of go, this isn't looking how I want it to look. I think if that kind of goes away, man, something's wrong. You're probably like, either your ego's too big, or I don't know, man, you're too comfortable or something. You need to like change your job or like do something else. I don't know.
I never settle for being just good. Let's keep striving to be better. Be the best. It's okay to strive to be the best. Alright.
So next time you see me, I will kill you.
Fat. Like this tuning, see? It's one of my favorites on this mix, man. I love it. Yeah, I love it, man. Oh, thanks, Wonderland Dreams. That's cool. I don't know if you're referring to the Pixelogic stream or mine, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Yeah. Most of it will make it. For example, like this, the details inside this cardboard like pizza, the figure is actually going to be, well, on my screen this is about the size it's going to be. This is about the actual real life scale. It's going to be quite big. The base will be roughly, if you know the character that we built, and that's for sale on our website called Yellow Star, she's actually on a base that's about kind of like 9 inches round. That's roughly about what the base is going to be for this one, and she's going to be kind of like sitting on top of it. So yeah, she should be quite chunky. Definitely enough, big enough to see all of this kind of fine detail. The miniature version will just be kind of like a, we'll probably have a lot of this stuff, but it will have just a lot of the details like super exaggerated. Like, to be honest, this TV would probably be, that's about it. That's about all you're going to get. Maybe some little buttons on the front, but that's pretty much it for the mini version, which will be like, you know, kind of this size almost. You know what? If this was, I mean, this kind of sounds a little bit weird, but I don't really think about that stuff, because the concept artist and the designers of this game, their vision is already very much kind of like it's written about, it's delved into, and they've kind of already given me a concept that is like, this is what she is, this is how it works. And my focus, instead of kind of delving into that and putting my spin on it, it's more like I'm focusing on how can I make the best pizza that will be, you know, easy to print, easy to kind of like cast, mold, cast, paint, and produce, rather than, you know, who she is kind of thing. I kind of like become a little bit more production orientated, but that's only for this kind of job. If it's for you know, a different figure, something that we're creating and we have no concept art, or we're just working, you know, and just kind of like freestyling, then absolutely I always think of those kind of things, because, you know, that's kind of like, that makes up the character, that makes them who they are. So yeah, absolutely, but it depends. So yeah, kind of a double answer to the same question. That pizza going?
We had so much pizza this weekend. I'm pretty pizzaed out, eh?
Yeah, it was my birthday on Sunday, and we started off, actually we started off the weekend with pizzas on Friday, right? Mm-hmm. And then I ended up eating like leftover pizza on Saturday and Sunday. It was insane. Like pizzaed out, I think, for a little bit. So basically we'll get like a master printed. Most of like the kinks and anything that would really go drastically wrong, that doesn't happen anymore, just because I know the loopholes and how to get around them and stuff. But for the most part, we'll get like a test print, or not a test print, but we'll get like a master print made, and as that's being made, or as it's being kind of like prepped for print, which means cut up and all that kind of stuff, that's when we kind of like tackle any kind of tricky things, or things that might arise, you know, intersections or impossible to mold kind of things. That's when we kind of like deal with those things. But first and foremost, like 100%, first and foremost, man, art. Make it the best. It's gonna make it just the coolest shit that I can possibly make, without any of that kind of like in mind. A lot of people kind of like adhere to the whole methodology of like, no, it needs to be built for a purpose. That's not the way I work. I just don't do that. Don't do things that way. I prefer to like focus on the art and make it look the best it possibly can, and then go backwards. Then try to make it kind of like, you know, try to push it, like find out where we can kind of push back, because too often, like in my career so far, if I've worked the other way and just made it workable, people are really resistant to push it beyond that. They're really resistant, man. You it's like there's almost no give. But if you push it to the extreme artistic edge, and it becomes really difficult to produce and manufacture, and you know, it's not quite as good as it can be, you start pulling it back a little bit, and pulling it back to make it a little bit easier, and that's like the happy medium is found. But the other way doesn't really work, man. It's like you almost can't push it. Once it's done, people are like, yep, that's it. And you want to push for more like art, you know, you want to like do, you know, put a little bit more, and they're like, nah, it's done. So there you go. There's a pro tip for sneaking stuff past production. Just push it to the extreme, and then cut back and make it seem like you're being a nice guy, but really you've already got it sorted out. Yeah. This is like deep dish pizza, man. Thick crust, cheesy crust as well. It's got stuffed cheesy crust.
Oh, she knows what's up.
What's that?
Dude, stuffed crust is the best crust.
Yeah, but this is probably stuffed with like, because she's a witch, man. She's eating eyeballs and stuff. So this is probably stuffed with like, what is it stuffed with? Like liquid worms or something like that, you know? Something to really like get your taste buds going. Like a jug of like blended worms. Sounds awesome. I don't mind any of the questions and stuff as well. You guys want to just keep asking, just feel free, man. Just fire them out. I'll pretty much answer anything.
I'll do my best to catch him, to say him out loud.
Unless I'm not allowed to answer it, of course. But you know. Just save this. Well, I could say that those little things on the pizza are maggots, but then Lena would say, well, if those are maggots, then we better put sprinkles on the donuts. So those aren't maggots, that's just cheese. Maggots on the donuts. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one like familiar thing. You know.
I may end up as a 3D teacher this summer. Nice. Any thoughts on teaching 3D? Maybe something that should focus on more than the typical 3D learning curve?
Yeah, I mean, I would just try to teach foundational stuff, man, as much as possible. You know, before I would hold off on cutting to all like the really, really badass stuff until there's like some kind of like really good foundation applied. It's quite tricky, man, but yeah, I think that's kind of like what's sorely lacking. It makes it really difficult. I just feel really sorry for a lot of students nowadays, and what they've got to kind of like jump into, you know, teaching institution wise, because dude, I feel like a good kind of like maybe 95% come out of school or something just completely unprepared and unqualified for what it is that they need to actually do, and it's not really their fault, you know. I mean, in some cases it's definitely the student's fault, but in a lot of the cases, man, people, you know, they're just doing what they're told, and it's inadequate. You know, if you want to be a video game character artist and you want to make characters for video games, man, it's quite a basic kind of like set of stuff that you need to be focusing on. and you don't do anything outside of that. You just stick to doing that, you know, these kind of like really basic things, man. You need to learn how to model something. You need to learn how to sculpt something. You need to learn how to texture something. You need to learn how to unwrap something, you know, bake something. Get all your maps out of like Substance or anything that, you know, creates maps. There's like tons of them, you know. There's like Neld, Substance. You can even get maps out of ZBrush. There's like old stuff like Xnormal, Marmoset, bake stuff now. There's so much, like so many options for you to get these like same kind of like 4 or 5 things down, and you just do those same 4 or 5 things over and over and over and over until you get really good at them. That's it. That's all you do. And then you show all of it. You show the high poly, so show low poly, show your retopo, show your textures. You kind of like chuck that in Sketchfab or Marmoset or whatever, and then you present the whole lot, you know, and then you just do that over and over and over until you get good enough. That's it. That's the recipe, man. There's nothing more than that. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happened, but a lot of schools just don't focus on that, man. They're just like, hey, you should make a gun, and then next time you need to make like a spaceship, and now you're gonna make like this huge kind of like Viking guy, and now you're gonna make a dragon, and now you're gonna make it, and it's just these bunch of kind of like really, it's kind of like trying to cover all the bases, which kind of makes sense from a teaching institution point of view, but it's not arming you with what you need, man. You know, it really isn't. Especially in a climate where, seriously, if there's a job for a character artist position and it's at a good company, it's at like Blizzard, it's at Riot, it's at, you know, it's at Rockstar, it's at these big ass places that make top tier quality games. If there's a job position that opens up, those guys get hit with hundreds and hundreds of applicants, man, and you better believe that nobody is just sitting there spending all day going through everything. They're not, man. They're not. You've got seconds, literally seconds of time to impress somebody, and if they open up your website and it takes too long to load, that shit's closed, man. You've missed out. It's that simple. You know, if you open up and they can see that you've done one character, you've done a bunch of props, you've got some environments, you've done some like buildings and unrelated stuff, you're like, nah, it's gone. You've missed out your opportunity because it's too ambiguous. Like at like a second or maybe 2 seconds, I should be able to see what it is that you do and what it is that you enjoy and what it is that you work on. And if I can't see that, and there's like too many questions, unfortunately, you're probably going to be skipped instantly, because somewhere in there, in those applicants, there's going to be a handful, 3, 4, 5 people that do exactly what we need. And those 5 people are going to get the phone call, man. And all the rest are just going to like fall away. And unfortunately, all the rest that fall away, dude, I've just spoken to so many people who are in that area where they've got shit all over the place. They've got, you know, portfolio presentation, they've got this huge body of work that's just like, it's like a shotgun blast of like all this stuff, because that's what they were taught to do, instead of focusing on something that they really enjoy to do and just do that thing over and over again. There's just, it's a really basic thing. But it just seems so complicated nowadays. Yeah, there you go. That's essentially it. You were taught kind of a little bit of everything, but honestly, that's teaching. That's just kind of how it works, man. It sucks because, you know, for a lot of places, that's kind of how it works. It's just this big kind of like shotgun blast at doing a whole bunch of stuff that you might kind of like you might have to do at some point in your career as a character artist, and it just doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense.
squeaky chair sometimes. It's like, you should be like, chair, stop that. I don't want to hear that. That's my story.
I'm wondering if I should make this just a perfectly square box. But still got a little rounded kind of like cabinet. It makes it super retro, hey? I kind of want that. Let me just have a quick look around here.
So let me tell you a story, and I'll be straight up. I went to several schools throughout my college years, and when I was finally at last school, I don't know if I'm allowed to say what it was, but in general, I knew exactly the company I wanted to work for, what I was passionate and what I wanted to be making, and I wanted to learn how to make League of Legends characters. I loved Riot, I loved League of Legends, I was super passionate about the hand-painted low-poly characters, and that's what I wanted to spend my time on my last year of school, and it was like the whole demo reel vibe kind of situation going on, and we sort of got to pick what we wanted to make, but that was just a huge lie. We didn't, because when I was like, hey, I want to make this a colleague skin, I'm gonna go for it. He's like, you know what? No, sorry. You need to make a Gears of War gun, because that's what's relevant in the industry right now. And I understand what he's saying, but way to take a giant dump on the passionate, like, young artists. I don't want to work on Gears of War. I don't want to work for a company. I don't want to be doing these things. So at what point do you step back and go, what's worth your time? Should you be doing Naughty Dog, Gears of War, film stuff, if that's not what you're going to be doing, if that's not what you want to be doing, do put stuff in your portfolio, like environments and guns, if you want to be making creatures or clothing designs. You start learning how to do makeup if you want to do hair. You go mow the lawn if you want to be a builder. I don't know, to me it just doesn't. Also, they said that my camera's frozen. So I don't know, man. I don't agree with the hey, have diversity in portfolio. Make a gun and a creature and an animal.
Wow, that's weird. Is your camera
No, mine's working. Just open up Skype.
let's just do another call. You want to just call me again?
Yes. Does that work? Yeah.
Whoa,
See?
some crazy echo.
Is that better? This is my Discord. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know lots of people in the industry might disagree with this, but I'll just never forget that moment where he pulled up the Gears of War gun and every part of me was just screaming, like, no, that's not what I want to do. Oh man, I want to have characters in my portfolio. I want to know how to do characters. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, it's a bit shitty though. Skype, man.
Oh, but the Skype sound isn't on. You need to turn your Skype sound off. Better?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All good.
Anyway, that's my story. I don't even know what's done with that, but the whole diversifier portfolio thing is really dumb. And even more dumb the older I get and more I think about it, because of how much I've spent trying to just learn how to sculpt characters, and specifically females. It's already hard. I throw some make it this kind of style in the mix, then you throw in the mix like the kind of poly count or resolution of game or style, and it's so difficult. So I think it's dumb, especially when an artist is like, this is the art I like, how do I do it? And you're like, no, what you think sucks, do it like this. I think it's a bit sad. Just know that if you don't agree with that methodology, man, people are going to take giant shits on you. Because that's what's accepted as an industry standard or a school standard. Make your demo real, make it like we say. We know it's best in this industry. Do it like this. You get a job. Give me your money, and then you'll never get a job.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's another big one. Like, some schools are still like teaching you, or teaching like people who want to be like a character artist or like a character modeler for video games to make like a show reel. Dude, no one's got time for making show reels, man. No one's got time for like sitting there looking through a show reel. It's like, that's just total rubbish, man. It's such a waste of everybody's time. And it sucks so much, man, because for me personally, it's like a really serious thing, and it's, I think as I've gotten older, it's become more serious, just like how kind of like crazy it is, because I mean, the bottom line is that, you know, the average student out there is like paying a lot, and they're giving up a lot of time, and it's an investment that is like, I mean, dude, it's like a part of their lives, you know, and so it's kind of a serious thing, and I wish that when I spent my, you know, like $22,000 or whatever it was on my my game education, that there was somebody there who would have told me what I know now, which was all that shit you're learning is totally useless. You will never learn, you will never use any of that shit, man. It's all irrelevant. And I yeah, I just wish somebody was there to tell me that, but of course there wasn't. So all I had was just kind of like figuring it out, you know. I was basically that student who came out of the school being like, yeah, I'm gonna have a job, I'm gonna get in the games industry, it's gonna be awesome, and I didn't have shit because I sucked, man. I had that folio which had like a rubbish bin in it, had like a brick wall, it had like a well, a water well, a brick well that had like this weird, this crank to like crank up the rope with the bucket. It's just so typical bullshit. It had like a statue, I think it had like a Statue of Liberty like prop to show that I could make like a realistic props. I had like a gun, I had like one character, like one monster, just the most stereotypical shotgun bullshit folio. And of course every time I applied for a job, they were always, every single time was just like, we need to see more characters. We need to see, and it's just like, dude, why? How come I've gone through like 2-3 years of schooling and no one was just like, oh, you want a job at the end of this? Dude, then you need to just be focusing on this. End of story. Why does this happen? So often when I like click the append button, that menu just disappears.
What menu?
The actual append menu, like the window that pops up.
Oh, it just goes away randomly?
Oh, maybe it's because I don't. Maybe it's because I don't perfectly go across. I'm just like,
every time
I'm just like click,
that,
boop, and if you even like fractionally like miss that button outside there, boop, it disappears.
It's gone. I think I do it like 4 or 5 times before I open it. We just stop. We're not
Give me like 5 pixels worth of like leeway. Oh wait, wait. The music mix is listed down the bottom. Oh.
It's right there. The music's right there. I mean, oh, I didn't even have it. Not listen to music you're listening to.
It should be there, but the plugin has crashed.
I was making a joke where like it usually does have the music there playing with like what he's listening to, but
yeah, this is actually a mix. My friend made this mix up. He's kind of a part-time DJ. He's based in Japan, and this is a lot of his mixes are still downloadable on his website. His name is Stealth, S-T-E-L-F. Oh man, I think even if you're going to be like, I guess at the end of the day, you know, we're kind of like more talking about being a character artist, and even at the end of the day, if you're being a character artist, man, it's like if you're going to be a character artist or a creature artist or something like that, even still, man, a show reel is like, nobody needs to see that anymore. It's a shame that we've moved on past like taking the time to like appreciate, but we just, There are so many good artists out there right now, man. So many. And when a big job comes up, you know, at a place, you know, you will get handfuls and handfuls of applications, and nobody's got time to just sit there and watch a 2-3 minute reel times 50. It just doesn't work that way, man. So a one-click website is always going to win. Let's have a quick look at these. And what's creepy is that I remember having a TV similar to this. I bet most people on the stream are just like, dude, what the fuck? How old are you, bro? It's weird.
Black and white or color?
I'm not that old. Oh, dude. Get up to change the channel. Oh man, just the whole concept of that just blows my mind. I just remember being a kid laying on the couch and there's like something on. I don't know what's on the TV, but someone's like, dude, let's change the channel. And then everybody kind of looks over, like all the brothers and sisters. I've got like one brother, 2 sisters, but I only kind of like spent most of my like teenage years with one sister, but it was always like that. Hey, let's change the channel. It was like look over at each other, maybe like rock paper scissors or something. I don't know, just something to be like, should we really do this, or should we just like hang back on the couch? Can we really be bothered getting up to like flick the thing? Nah. Oh, dude. Give me a sec, Dr. Flink. I'll do some digging here. I love that Pink Floyd, man. So rad, such a cool mix. There you go. There's I just dropped the link there. There's all sorts of stuff in there, man. Yeah, he plays kind of all kinds of stuff, which is just super rad. I need to like download a whole bunch more and play more of his music. We really need to get over there and see him too.
Yep.
He keeps hassling, man. Every time we end up talking, he's like, so when are you guys coming to Japan? When are you guys coming to see us? And I want to so bad. Alright, I'm just going to use an alpha for this, I think. Oh, actually.
Hey, just jumps over down, man. Oh my god, that exposed tool. I'm gonna explode. That tool needs to be banned. Or just hidden. Or just put it somewhere else.
You've got a custom UI too. You've got no excuse, man. You can move that yourself. I'm the one using the default UI.
Well, now I'm using it for the default. I can't change where this button is, though, I don't think. At least I don't think so.
Wow, that is just, this TV is bringing back some funny memories.
It's so cool how fast you're doing it.
I feel like this is very, very slow.
Nope.
I've been talking this whole stream, man. I've only done like some pizza boxes. What the hell is that? I've only kind of like cleaned up some pizza boxes, some pizza, cleaned up the donut thing, made sure the drink thing was okay, finished the shoe. So slow, man. Hopefully it's not too boring for you guys.
The reason why I use the default UI showing, I would rather have the
I honestly, I have no good reason. I keep saying that I want to customize my UI and set it up exactly how I want to set it up, because honestly, I think if I actually spend the time to do it, my UI is going to be bare. Literally, man, you've seen how I use stuff here. I only use like a couple brushes. I don't really do anything fancy. So I'm pretty sure if I do customize my UI, man, it's going to be just the most bare bones ZBrush UI you've ever seen. I've seen some crazy ZBrush UIs, man, like just full on like shit everywhere, and I'm just like, oh my god, that just freaks me out.
I think because I like more space to see the sculpt. And if there's too much space in picking up seeing the sculpt, it's like kind of annoying.
Oh, dude, I'm the same. If I could have just a full screen with nothing, and just like some hovering kind of like transparent bars that just kind of like hovered over the canvas, I would go with that. I would have that anytime, man. I'll just maximize my sculpting so I'm in the program. Hey,
Yes.
do you think you could get a drink?
Yeah.
I'm talking too much. My mouth is just like, I need water.
Can you give me 2 minutes? I'll get you some.
Yeah. Just save this out. I saw that UI. I know the exact one you're talking about, Clay Bear. I know it, man. Madness. Madness. Yeah, I don't really have an answer, Palm of the Lumber. I keep saying that I want to set it up, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Like a lot of things, to be honest. This is going to do. Alright, take it easy, Zenfire. I wonder if Kev's Art World is round.
Oh, that's right. You sent that. Thank you. Man, I was sinking down in my chair. I was getting too comfortable. Not short enough still. Let's make like a low rider tally. Really messed up the axis of this file. Let's see what happens here. Nice. So I'm going to end up going with Y. Oh wow, what?
No. No. See that expert naming? Oh wow, dude. I don't know if you guys kind of saw what just happened. I don't know why that happens actually, but sometimes I don't know why, but the mirror tool starts doing all kinds of weird things. It almost like it saves the last action that it did, and no matter what axis you put on there, it always duplicates it back to the same one. So yeah, I'm not sure what happens there, but usually you can fix it by kind of like dynameshing something, or Z-remeshing something. Renaming stuff is also a big one, but I just renamed it and it still didn't work, so the ultimate retro tally. Yeah, let's get some rabbit ear aerial action going. This shit never worked, man. I remember having to like jury rig some like weird shit hanging up, like, oh dude. Some channel like wouldn't work, so we had to like kind of like hang the rabbit ears and like stick them out. Oh man, crazy. I can't believe we did that. Nowadays like aerials don't even exist, man. It's quite bizarre. Take it easy, Dr. Flink. Oh dude, it was crazy. Just madness. And you'd kind of like you kind of like have to do weird stuff, like even like turn it, rotate it from like channel to channel. Ah dude, it's just so bizarre, so bizarre. Have this, I remember one time, because the TV was in the corner of the room, we had the rabbit ears kind of like suspended. We had to like drill this hook into the ceiling. We had the rabbit ears suspended from like this piece of string, because it was light enough, the piece of string that was holding the rabbit ears. And then we had one aerial like stretched way out that way, and sometimes the other one would be stretching like straight into the room, and oh man, dude, weird. Whoa, Red Rab, an old TV that allowed you to turn the knob for color. Oh, you mean like it would... Oh, dude, that's... You're making me remember stuff. So you had like a knob for almost like color temperature, eh? So that people's skin would go like green and then you'd slowly turn it back the other way, and it would, oh man, so classic. And then it would turn like just basically full on suntan orange, and then back, and you'd kind of tweak it. It made you feel like a pro, like you actually kind of doing something, when it's like kind of stupid. That stuff should be just baked in, right? It's like, this is it. It's quite weird, but really, really funny at the same time. A vertical, oh yeah, dude, totally. A vertical sync knob, man. That's it. You flicked it just a little bit too far, and the screen would start scrolling. Oh man. Absolutely, there was never one good position for every channel. I think that was the reason why we ended up kind of doing those weird things, like, you know, we would kind of be like, oh, you know, someone wants to get up and change the channel, and you'd look at each other and be like, alright, your turn, my turn, your turn, my turn. But then it was such a drama, because you knew that as soon as the channel was flicked, somebody had to like mess around with the aerial to get it to like work right, and that could be like a 2-second job, or it could be like a 10-minute job, man. It's like you may as well go and get like a cup of coffee or something. Ridiculous. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh man, got a mouth like Gandhi's flip-flop. Dry.
Or Gandhi's sandal.
Dry.
You tell that joke at least 3 times a week.
I'm trying to up it. I'm gonna up it. I'm gonna try and slot it in like once a day at least. Hey Uni, what's up?
Hi Uni.
Do you like my retro TV? Not finished yet. I need to get some aerial business going.
I just not realized I'm not using it. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Kit Kat. Kit Kat.
You ZBrushed all of it. How is this moving in the place you need so comfortable? Remember when I said nobody looks good in socks unless you're cute? Uni's one of them. The reason why I said that is because I remember Uni posts a lot of like stories on Instagram. I look at them every chance I get. And she had this one story on her Instagram where she had like, oh my god, I laughed so hard. She has these little stairs you can replay. She was said something like, who are these stairs for a tiny ants? And she just had this little video of her feet really cutely going like this, like an anime character, and she had these little softies, and they were so cute. I've never seen cuter feet in socks before. Everyone else sucks in socks. Socks are ugly.
Yep, that's my life. Even when my feet are frozen. It's like freezing cold. Freezing. Middle of winter, my feet are freezing. I put socks on, all I get is grief. All I get, man.
They were so ugly!
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Just plain socks. Nothing ugly about them, just plain.
No, they were
Unbelievable.
like thick, gray, old-looking, like dog hair covered socks. And he just like put them on the couch like this. He's like, what? It was like, take your socks off, they're ugly. Like, put it cold. Dude, put them under this really deliciously comfy blanket.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I think I know why I hate socks. When I was really young, the only friends I really had that like video games were boys. It's like boys. Like I'm talking about like age like 8 to 11 or something. And the boys would always wear these white socks with like red tips, and they would always be like halfway off their foot. It'd be like a dirty sock. They wouldn't like put it all the way on because they'd just be walking around in it, and they'd have like the foot and then this excess of sock at the toe.
Oh, like a flappy sock.
Yeah.
Like a flappy sock.
They wouldn't put the sock on. It would just be like the flap of the sock. And I hated it. I was like, in my head, I was like, that looks so stupid. Just put your socks on. Or take them off. Like shoes. You can't have both. I don't know. Ever since I was a kid, I just think socks look stupid. Sorry.
Yeah, it's because Lena starts talking really loud. I'm sorry, we can't fix it.
Whatever. It's because we're right next to each other. If I reach over too far, I can like tap Troy's shoulder. Because I talk even louder than a whisper, you guys can hear echo.
I think I'll shorten this actually.
I wonder right now how many people stop technically on the Sunday stream going.
So many people are thinking right now, but I have socks on, and they keep me warm. But Lena doesn't like them. All right, I'll take them off.
No.
Yeah, that's what they've all done it, and now everybody in this stream is sitting at home just being like, oh god, my feet are frozen. It's all Lena's fault.
But this is the thing. That's why we bought these really cute like house shoes. Like you got those little moccasins and stuff. Those are cute, and they keep your feet extra warm and clean. You know what I mean? Oh, she really doesn't like eggs, and she likes socks. I'm starting to think we're not best friends.
Wait, what else does Uni doesn't like? What?
She doesn't like eggs.
No, eggs.
Eggs, yeah, she hates eggs.
That's probably because she hasn't tried my eggs. Makes some pretty good eggs, man.
I told you no one was going to change the socks. So they might think, oh man, but there's no way people take the socks off. See, I'm not wearing socks. I bet, are you wearing socks? You're not wearing socks.
No,
You're
I'm
probably
not.
wearing socks.
I'm not because you give me shit, and my feet are like freezing right now.
Dude, where are your like shoes that you bought for the house that are comfy moccasins? Where are those? Plus, I like the way like grass and dirt and concrete and just earth feels on my skin and my feet. I've always been like that since I was a kid. I don't like covering my feet. I don't even like shoes. Shoes are so cute. I wish I could like never wear shoes.
The sock struggle is real, dude. You don't even know. My god. Nah, it's actually, the funny thing is, man, is that we've got two dogs and they're both long-haired dogs, and it's like their fur, dude, is like basically we are breathing it in. It is like in our eyeballs, It is just, it's in our clothes, it's in everything. Like when we cook food, it's in the food.
Yeah.
It's, dude, it's everywhere.
So I
So,
generally just like to know stuff.
and you know, if you like, you know, dude, I mean, socks are like, you put them on, it's cold, you walk around in them, you walk around the house, dude. If you did that in this house, clean pair of socks, 1 second, 1 second. You take one step, and there's like 3 pounds of hair stuck to each sock, man. It's insane. It's just like
Yeah,
instantly.
I can't deal with it. I can't tell you how many times we're like playing video games on the couch, and you like have your socks there, and I can't even look at the TV screen with what's happening. All I can see is giant mounds of cat and dog hair on your socks. I'm just like oh my, I can't, even today when we were at the post office, it was like 3 giantly long Manaki hairs in your beauty, and I just wanted to be like, and just like take it, but you in the middle of talking to somebody, like that's all I can look at. I hate that our animal fur is all over our clothes, and I wear mostly black, so it's just really irritating. Yeah, same. All of our hoodies, you should see our hoodies, especially when we throw our hoodies into the wash. It's just caked. It's like, I'm now a cat.
Our cat's no better, man. Her hair is like, it's the same thing, dude. Because she's got quite a fluffy coat, and she leaves it everywhere, man. And she loves it. Like, we can't leave hoodies laying around because she'll just curl up and go to sleep on them. But that means, you know what that means? That means you basically got a cat fur hoodie.
Forever. You can never get it off.
Yeah, forever. It's like, it's fixed now.
Impossible.
I think you asked it just a minute ago if I built this in ZBrush. Yeah, I built this in ZBrush. You just don't look too close, or you can see how wobbly everything is. You know, it's not accurate, but it's you know, the TV is probably only going to be about that big, so it should look fairly crispy and clean.
That's really sad, Red Rat. It's actually really sad.
Oh yeah, I guess after you've like washed it, you know, you like wash it and then you wash it and then you wash it and then you wash it, and if there's no hair to like replenish the stock, then I guess, you know, inevitably it kind of like slowly comes out in like the dryer or whatever, the washer and dryer. Alright, take it easy, Uni. See ya. Alright, I think I'm gonna resize this bad boy and actually, let me just resize this. What's that?
It's 11:20.
Okay. Oh wow, I forgot to unmask that. sort that out.
Extinction agenda.
How long would it take you to finish the sculpt from zero to done if we didn't distract you?
If I'm really kind of like focused on something and I'm really kind of like working on, you know, on getting something done, generally not too long. This sculpt would probably have taken me somewhere around kind of like maybe 60 hours, something like that. So like a week and a half, maybe like 5, 6, 7 days sculpting, something like that. Yeah. Maybe even a little bit less, because the most complex part is going to be the cape. Yeah. But everything goes so much slower when you're streaming, man. It takes up a lot of time. Dude, red wrap deadlifts straight off the ground, man. Just like bang, get a bar, get some weights. That's like back strength #1. and unfortunately squats for your, especially if you sit, man, if you sit, squats, and your basically your glutes and your back they're gonna die off, man. You're gonna have weak back and really weak butt and legs. As far as like your arms and stuff like that, I don't know, man. I haven't really deteriorated after like 14 years. My hands and my wrists and stuff are actually pretty good. They get really abused when I'm really going for it and I'm working like 12 plus hours a day. Starts getting a little bit sore, but then I just kind of like keep doing like these kind of like flexing my fingers out and you know, kind of like flexing everything, pushing, doing this kind of stuff and this kind of stuff, and you know, just general like motion, man. As long as you kind of like stay a little bit mobile, you should be okay, I think. I'm just gonna finish off this last couple of things here, and then we're gonna call the stream a little bit early than usual, because today is our last day before we have to kind of like get our house prepared for my family who's coming over to take care of the dogs while we make our way over to the USA. So we've got lots of cleaning and stuff like that to do. Alright, one retro TV. Actually, just one more thing.
sort of the poly painting skill set?
Yeah, that's just basically me painting something up. Essentially what I'll do is I'll make a render when she's all finished up. I'll make a render and kind of you know, show how I would kind of like have it painted, how I would have it colored. But it's only a recommendation, to be honest. And at this early stage, the way that she's poly painted now is just like a really kind of quick thing. Like we'll probably be, you know, going back and forth with Adam and Lockman, and until we get it kind of like really nailed down. So I'll just save this. I'll just move this into place and then that will be it. We'll call it for the night, I think. Alright, let's just do a quick T-pose. Yeah, pretty much. Hey Analia, how's it going?
Hey, Analia.
If anybody's got any last questions just before this gets done, feel free to fire them out.
When did you get into texturing characters or texturing in general? Was it around the same time you first started learning to sculpt, or did it come later?
You mean like game models or like actually poly painting my ZBrush sculptures? I started learning to texture models right when I first began doing 3D. So I would like model something, box model something in 3ds Max, and then yeah, essentially I would have to you know, learn how to unwrap it and texture it old school styles, you know, just painting texture flats in Photoshop, just straight old school. And as far as sculpts go, I don't know, I started poly painting my sculpts a long time ago, man. Kind of when poly paint first came out, that's when I started really getting into painting sculptures. Not so many people were doing it back then, to be honest. Lots of people were still showing their sculptures in just a flat grey. There's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to like start painting my faces and just start adding like your splashes of colour. Now it's just kind of normal. Everybody does it. guess was pretty good. Still takes up about the same volume. Except the aerial, maybe I'll have to go with the big one. But that's cool for now. So.
You guys all settled already? It doesn't really feel like it is.
Nah, unfortunately not. Yeah, I'm sure we'll feel much more relaxed and stuff after we take this break to the US. Well, at least I'm hoping anyway. Hoping we'll come back kind of like charged, and when we get back we'll have a few days to kind of like recuperate, get our time zones back in order, because it's going to get really messed up. Going to get used to like waking up and God. Yeah.
Oh, I still didn't have the transpose.
Oh, that's right. Not transposing that part.
What kind of 3D printer can print at this level of detail?
Oh man, not. I mean, you can get, you know, a Form 1 or a Form 2 would probably be able to print at this kind of level of detail, especially at the scale that I'm working at. Be able to get most of that stuff, but lots of kind of like cleanup and stuff. You know, it won't come through. It will come through, but it's not as good as it could be. That's really the bottom line. So we, you know, unfortunately, to the really top of the range in VisionTech printers and stuff like that is still like maybe $100,000 or more. But those printers, when you're holding the two, like if you have a printer like an VisionTech and a Form 2 and you hold them, you can see the difference. It's like a visible difference. So, you know, and of course, if we're doing like mass production, you want the kind of the best master you can get. So I mean, I don't specifically know, because our production crew that we use, they don't give out that information. They don't tell people what it is that they use. I think they kind of use a combination of printing processes, to be honest. I think they've got it down to like a really fine art, so they keep that kind of pretty close to their chests. It's just like at Weta we had kind of a very similar thing, man. You know, at Weta, I can't even say what it is, because a lot of the stuff was like hand built. You know, there's some absolute genius guys there, man, who built, you know, and engineered 3D printers.
So cool to watch.
Yeah, and you can just like see these things doing their stuff, and it's unreal. You know, we're talking 3D printers that can print stuff, you know, that's like room sized instead of, you know, a 3D printer that's like printing, you know, it's got a print bed of an area like this. Well, this 3D printer's got a print bed the size of this room, kind of thing, and it's just mind-boggling stuff. But you can't buy stuff like that. You have to build it. You have to have like engineers to make it and all that stuff. So, yeah.
We're still waiting for the transport stuff.
What's that?
Not answer my question.
Oh. So I'm going to rotate that a little bit more, but I'm not going to do that now. I just want it to make sure that the TV is kind of aiming right at her. Yeah. I think something else that we might want to do with this figure is that we might try to like install some LEDs or something in this TV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That would be sweet.
So that the TV actually lights up. This will be like transparent and it just throws a bit of light out. So that her butt is lit up, you know? That's what we want.
That's a really good idea.
It's a retro TV, but it's a wireless controller and a wireless console. I wonder if there should be wires everywhere.
That would make things feel like, if you're gonna have wires, then you might as well have sprinkles.
Oh god.
Can you imagine though if they put like actual wires, like real, like hand put wires everywhere in the game?
That'd be cool, eh?
Yeah, it would.
Alright. Alright, well, I think that's about it. Managed to get a few things done. All I need now to build is the game console, this video game box, which is not really going to be much, to be honest. I need to get some ideas for that, but yeah, so I've got the game console, the video game box to build, and then yeah, hopefully by that time I should hear back from Lockman and Adam about this cape, and we'll be moving on to that.
Sweet, that was fun, guys. We'll see you guys in a while, as we'll be in the States next week for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But we should be back on track after that. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, essentially. When are we coming back? When are we supposed to be scheduled to stream again? Like the very end of June, or like the beginning of July?
I think it's the end of June.
Yeah. Yeah, so we won't be back on the Pixelogic channel until basically the end of June. So yeah, I guess we'll see you guys around about then.
Take it easy, guys. Thank you.
Alright. See you.
Bye.